Today on Million Dollar Coins USA, we are uncovering 3 Mercury Dimes so rare, so historically significant, that collectors across the country are actively hunting for coins exactly like these. These are not just spare change. These are coins struck in pure silver, carrying decades of American history, waiting quietly in jars, drawers, and forgotten collections to be rediscovered. Somewhere out there right now, a coin exactly like the one we're about to reveal could be sitting completely unnoticed in your own home. So do not go anywhere, because once you hear this coin's full story, you are going to want to dig through every dime you own. Let's travel back to the year 1929, one of the most dramatic turning points in American economic history. The Roaring Twenties are at their absolute peak. The stock market is soaring, prosperity feels endless, and then, in October of that very year, everything changes with the crash that would trigger the Great Depression. In the middle of this historic, world-altering moment, the Denver Mint struck this dime, stamping it proudly with the small letter D, sending it out into a nation standing right at the edge of catastrophe without knowing it yet. Nobody handling this coin back in 1929 could have imagined that decades later, it would resurface as a genuinely fascinating discovery for collectors who understand exactly what this coin represents. Now let's talk about what makes this coin an absolute icon, because the Mercury Dime is widely regarded as one of the most beautifully designed coins in American history. Designed by the sculptor Adolf Weinman, this coin features a striking depiction of Liberty wearing a winged cap, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, which is exactly where this coin gets its unforgettable nickname. On the reverse, a bold fascist symbol stands beside an olive branch, representing strength paired with a desire for peace. This coin is struck from 90% pure silver, giving it real, tangible value in its metal alone. This particular 1929D example shows genuine circulation, meaning it passed through real hands during one of the most pivotal years in American economic history, and it has developed a rare light black spot on its surface, a natural toning mark that formed gradually over nearly a century of aging. This is not damage. This is a rare and authentic sign that this coin has never been cleaned or altered since the day it left circulation. And here is where the suspense truly builds, because coins from 1929 carry a symbolic weight that resonates deeply with collectors who understand American history. Most coins from this exact year that survived in circulated condition have lost much of their finer detail, worn smooth from decades of handling, but every so often one emerges that somehow preserved its key design elements while still carrying that unmistakable, honest, well-traveled look, combined with this rare natural toning spot that most collectors have simply never seen preserved this way. When a coin like this surfaces, it doesn't just catch the attention of casual collectors, it stops serious silver coin specialists in their tracks. So why has demand for a coin like this reached such incredible heights in today's market? Mercury Dimes, tied to the exact year of the stock market crash, carry a powerful historical significance that collectors specifically seek out. And every single year, the number of well-preserved 1929D dimes with this kind of rare natural toning shrinks even further, because collectors who manage to find one almost never let it go. That growing scarcity, combined with rising demand from collectors specifically hunting for historically significant silver coins from this pivotal era, is exactly why auction listings for coins like this one spark intense, fast-moving bidding wars the moment they go live. Now here comes the number you have been waiting for. Based on recent auction results and dealer valuations, for a 1929D Mercury Dime with this rare light black spot toning and genuinely circulated, historically significant condition, this coin has been valued at an incredible $75,000. Let that number truly sink in. $75,000 for a tiny silver dime that once passed through the hands of everyday Americans right at the edge of the Great Depression. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is a real reflection of what dedicated silver coin collectors are paying right now for a coin in this exact condition. If a coin like this is sitting somewhere in your home, in an old jewelry box, a forgotten drawer, or a jar passed down through your family, you are not holding an ordinary dime. You are holding a genuine piece of American history that today's market is actively competing to acquire. For every collector and every viewer inspired to check their coins right now, here is what you absolutely need to remember. Never clean or polish this coin, ever, because that natural toning is exactly what gives it its extraordinary value. And any attempt to clean it can instantly strip away decades of natural history, wiping out thousands of dollars in worth within seconds. Always handle it carefully by the edges, store it in a protective holder away from moisture, and if you ever come across a 1929D Mercury dime showing this kind of rare natural dark spot, do not clean it. Take it straight to a professional grading service so its true value can be properly confirmed. And this was only coin number 1. Stay with me, because coin number 2 is coming up, and I promise you, it is going to leave you even more amazed. Make sure you are subscribed, because this channel brings you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Now let's move into coin number 2, and this one carries an entirely different kind of energy, because this dime comes from an era of pure American confidence. The year is 1926. The Roaring Twenties are in full swing, jazz music fills the streets, and America is riding one of the greatest waves of prosperity it had ever known. In the middle of all that optimism, the Philadelphia Mint struck this dime, sending it out with no mint mark into a nation that had no idea what lay just a few years ahead. Nobody handling this coin back in 1926 could have imagined that decades later, it would resurface carrying a secret on its surface that would leave modern collectors absolutely stunned. Let's talk about what makes this particular coin so breathtaking, because this 1926 Mercury dime has developed a rare, dramatic, light black layer that spreads across both the front and the reverse of the coin, a rich, natural toning that formed evenly across the entire surface over nearly a century of careful preservation. This is not tarnish from neglect. This is an exceptionally rare, naturally occurring toning process. And finding it spread this evenly across both sides is something even experienced collectors describe as once in a lifetime. On the front, Liberty's wing cap still shows through beneath that stunning dark layer, while on the reverse, the fasces and olive branch design remains clearly visible, framed by that same rare dramatic toning. And here's where the suspense truly takes hold, because coins with this kind of dramatic, evenly spread toning across both sides are almost never found with their design details still fully legible underneath. But every so often one emerges that defied every expectation, one that developed this beautiful dark layer while somehow protecting its intricate design details from being lost entirely. When a coin like this is placed in front of serious collectors, there is an immediate visible reaction, because they understand instantly that they are looking at something that may never appear again in their lifetime of collecting. So why has demand for a coin like this reached such an extraordinary level in today's market? Mercury dimes with rare, dramatic, natural toning have become some of the most fiercely pursued coins in the entire silver coin collecting world, because they combine iconic historic design, genuine 90% silver content, and a visually stunning, one-of-a-kind, natural coloring that simply cannot be replicated or faked. Every single year, the number of coins surfacing with this kind of rare, evenly spread toning shrinks even further. And that extreme scarcity is exactly why auction listings for coins like this one trigger explosive, high-stakes bidding wars the moment they appear. Now here comes the number you have been waiting for. Based on recent auction results and dealer valuations for a 1926 no-mint mark Mercury dime with this rare light black toning layer across both the front and reverse, this coin has been valued at an incredible $73,000. Let that truly sink in. $73,000. For a small silver dime that once passed through pockets during the height of the Roaring Twenties, nearly 100 years ago. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is a genuine reflection of what dedicated collectors are paying right now for a coin with this exact, extraordinary appearance. If a coin like this is sitting somewhere in your home, you are not holding ordinary loose change. You are holding a genuine, one-of-a-kind treasure that today's market is actively competing to acquire. For every collector and every viewer inspired to check their coins right now, here is what you absolutely need to remember. Never attempt to clean or polish this coin ever, because that rare, dramatic black toning across both sides is precisely what gives this coin its extraordinary value. And any attempt to clean it can instantly and permanently destroy nearly a century of natural history, wiping out tens of thousands of dollars in worth within seconds. Always handle it gently by the edges, store it safely in a protective holder, and if you ever come across a 1926 Mercury dime with no mint mark showing this kind of rare, dramatic black coloring across both sides, take it straight to a professional grading service so its true value can be properly confirmed. Stay with me because coin number 3 is coming up next, and it might be the most exciting one yet. Make sure you are subscribed because this channel brings you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day. Now let's move into coin number 3, and I have to tell you, this one might be the most quietly legendary coin in this entire video because 1921 is a year that every serious Mercury dime collector knows by heart the moment you say it out loud. The year is 1921. America has just come through the aftermath of World War I. The nation is adjusting to a fragile post-war economy, and silver coin production across the country has dropped dramatically compared to the years before it. In the middle of this quiet economic slowdown, the Denver Mint struck this dime, stamping it with the small letter D, releasing a far smaller number of coins into circulation than in almost any other year in the entire Mercury dime series. Nobody handling this coin back in 1921 could have imagined that a century later, collectors around the country would be searching desperately for exactly this coin, from exactly this year, from exactly this mint. Let's talk about why this specific date and mint mark combination sends such a jolt of excitement through the collecting world, because this is not just about condition, this is about scarcity built directly into history itself. 1921 is widely recognized as one of the lowest mintage years in the entire Mercury dime series, meaning far fewer of these coins were ever struck compared to almost any other year collectors search for. Struck from 90% pure silver, this coin carries real, tangible value in its metal alone, but it is the combination of this specific low mintage year, the D mint mark, and genuine circulated survival on both the front and reverse that turns this particular coin into something collectors describe as an absolute holy grail moment. And here is where the suspense truly reaches its peak, because coins from this year did not just start out rare, they became even rarer as time went on. With so few struck to begin with, many were lost, damaged, or melted down over the following century, meaning that any surviving example, especially one that shows clear, identifiable circulation on both sides while still retaining its critical design details, becomes an extraordinarily difficult find. This coin was not sitting untouched in a vault. It lived a real life, passing through pockets, cash registers, and coin jars for decades, carrying the honest wear of true circulation while somehow surviving the odds that caused so many of its counterparts to disappear entirely. So why has demand for a coin like this reached such an explosive level in today's market? The 1921 D Mercury dime is widely regarded as one of the true key dates in the entire series, meaning it sits at the very top of what serious silver coin collectors are actively hunting for, regardless of condition. Every single year, the pool of surviving examples continues to shrink because so few were minted to begin with. And that combination of a historically low mintage and relentless ongoing collector demand is exactly why auction listings for a coin like this one trigger fierce, high-stakes bidding wars the instant they appear. Now here comes the number you have been waiting for. Based on recent auction results and dealer valuations for a 1921 D Mercury dime, in genuinely circulated condition on both the front and reverse, this coin has been valued at an incredible $85,000. Let that number truly sink in. $85,000. The shop for the small silver dime from one of the rarest mintage years in the entire series, a coin that quietly passed through American life for over a century before its true significance was ever recognized. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is a genuine reflection of what dedicated collectors are paying right now for a coin from this specific date and mint. If a coin like this is sitting somewhere in your home, you are not holding ordinary loose change. you are holding one of the most sought-after coins in the entire Mercury Dimes series. For every collector and every viewer inspired to check their coins right now, here is what you absolutely need to remember. Never attempt to clean or polish this coin, ever, because any alteration to its natural surface can instantly and permanently reduce its value no matter how rare the date already is. Always handle it gently by the edges, store it safely in a protective holder, and if you ever come across a Mercury dime dated 1921 with a D mint mark, do not clean it, take it straight to a professional grading service immediately, because you might be holding one of the rarest coins in this entire series. This is exactly why we do what we do here on Million Dollar Coins USA, uncovering incredible hidden fortunes disguised as ordinary pocket change, coins that quietly survived against extraordinary odds, now revealed as some of the most valuable treasures in American coin collecting. 3 coins, 3 unbelievable stories, and 3 powerful reminders that real hidden wealth might be sitting closer than you ever imagined. If this video has opened your eyes to what could be hiding in your own coin jar or forgotten collection, make sure you are subscribed, because this channel brings you freshly updated treasure discoveries every single day, and you will not want to miss what we uncover next.